In this video, we are going to explain each and every block's functionality in Scratch interface. So in Scratch, as I told you, it has about 9 blocks here, so that we can use each and every blocks according to our need. The motion block is a blue colored block. In this motion block, Scratch provides a set of blocks that control the motion of the sprite or character on the screen, on this screen. These blocks allow users to set the position, direction, and speed of the sprite so that we can control our character's position, direction, and speed of our character or our actor or our sprite. So this is used for just determining or just setting up the position, the direction, and the speed of the sprite. Okay, the second block is the looks block. The looks block or the looks category can say that category and blocks are sometimes just used interchangeably. So that in the looks Scratch, you will see the color is a purple, the motion is a blue, the looks is a purple. The looks category of block allows users to change the appearance of the sprite or the character on the screen. For example, if I want to make the sprite to be increased by a certain size, I can click it or either size set to, for example, this is 100%. If I'm just making 400, the sprite will immediately go up and bigger and bigger. If I'm just making that 50, it will go down. Change the color of the effect. This one is the effect. So if I'm just clicking the color and by 25 change, if I'm just changing the character's color by 25, that means the sprite is just, look at this, changing the color by a different saturation and brightness level. Sound block is a programming block that allows you to add sound effects, music, and other audio to your project so that you can drag and drop. For example, this is a cat says meow, so if I it will say meow. So that is the sound block. You can make the sound to play. For example, play sound until done. That means until the project is completed, this sound will go on. Start sound when the project starts, stop all sound when you can stop all sound, like that. So that the sound block, you just make sure that there's a sound block here, and you can use that sound according to your project need. The fourth one is the event block. This is very important block in Scratch. An event block is a programming block that allows you to trigger an action in your project based on the specific event, such as when the green flag is clicked, when a key is pressed, or a sprite is clicked. For example, if a green flag is clicked, then do something. For example, if a green flag is clicked, just make rotate the cat in different direction. That means in this clockwise direction. For example, if I'm just clicking the green flag, means clicking this one. So this is a triggering point. The triggering point is a green flag when the green flag is clicked. If I'm not doing this, I cannot make any change by clicking this one. But if I'm just putting here, you see what will happen is changing. So it's a triggering point. We can say that's a triggering point. If I'm just clicking, it will just execute that one. So this is when the green flag is clicked. The other one is go to event and just bring this when a space key is pressed. The other one is when a space key is pressed, then do something. So for example, if I'm just clicking this by just doing when the space key is pressed, it will not do anything because the triggering point is the space key. So if I'm just clicking, look at now I'm going to click the space key. When I'm clicking the space key, you see it starts triggering. That means instead of the green flag, the space key is the triggering point for just executing the code. That's written in script area. So this is you can see all the yellow triggering point here. For example, there is when the sprite is clicked. For example, if I'm just bring when the sprite is clicked, rotate this side, means when I'm clicking this one, it will trigger the execution of the code. If I'm clicking this one, nothing will happen, you see, because the code is just triggered by the is coded as when the sprite is clicked. So you can see each and every triggering point in the event block, so that based on your programming preference, you can do whichever you like to trigger your program. There is also is when I receive a message, so we will see in action in the coming videos. But when I receive message means there is a message that will be executed from some sprite, so that this sprite will receive that message. When he receives a message, he will execute that program. So that's all about the event. There are also a variety of other events related to blocks that you can use to trigger actions in your program based on other conditions, such as when a certain amount of time has elapsed or when a specific variable reaches a certain value and something like that. So you can use different method of triggering point so that your program will be triggered according to your coding preference. Control block in Scratch is a programming block that allows you to control the flow of execution of your program, such as looping or repeating a set of actions or making decisions based on a certain condition. For example, when we say that in the event, we say that when the green flag is clicked forever, just we can bring this one forever, do something. For example, if we bring motion, because we are just making the character to move in clockwise direction, so that this controlling is just controlling of the action of the duration of the action. That means unlimited. It's just making infinite rotation. It makes infinite. When the green flag is clicked, then rotate this sprite forever. See, now I'm not clicking anything, but it's just rotating forever. So in this control block, we can have a forever, which is what I already showed you, and the repeat 10 times or 20 times or 5 times or 1,000 times. You can make it, but it's not infinite. So if then, there is if then block. If then is a condition. If something happens, do something. That's the logic. So if, for example, if this cat is touching something, for example, we got a mouse pointer, or if we touch something, edge, this edge, one of the edge, then what we are going to do is we can code that move 10 step. If we are doing like that, and if we are putting inside the forever, we can do that one. If touching the edge, it will go 10 step otherwise, or it will be bounce, for example. Let's make it bounce. If on edge, bounce. Bounce means if it's touching the edge, it will be bounce back to 180 degrees. So that is the logic about if then. So this if then is I think it's a little bit clear, and you can see different one. Say to wait until, or you can make wait 1 second or 20 seconds. You can, or any numbers that you want to the program to wait to be executed, so that the wait menu is repeat until something happens. This one if then means if something happened, do this. Repeat until that action up to something happens. So that we will see in action in the coming videos. So block is a programming block that allows you to control the flow of execution of your program. So this includes looping or repeating or a set of action or making decision based on a certain conditions, if that conditions. So this is all about control. A sensing block is it's a programming block, of course. that allows you to access and use data from a Scratch environment and the user's interaction with your program. Sensing means is just checking some data in a program. For example, if touching the mouse pointer, do this. Just for example, I said that this one, if something happened, if touching the mouse pointer, do turn 15 degrees. I can make it. Or if touching the mouse pointer, change the value of x by 10 or something like that. So this is whichever you like. So we will see in action in the coming videos, but just try to just bear in mind that there is a sensing. I can repeat that. Sensing is a programming block that allows you to access and use data from the Scratch environment and the user's interaction with your program. So you can do based on that. So make sure that there is a sensing is here. The next one is operators. Of course, operators in Scratch programming block allows you to perform mathematical and logical operations on the value on values and variables. So that you see that pick random means just random between this. Plus means is plus this. For example, if I'm just bringing something like let me bring something. If this one is if something happened, do this. Otherwise, else this one. This is the logic. So if I'm just bringing this one, move. For example, I can make it and like move. If I can bring a variable and I can put it like this. So I can use operators to apply our math skill and programming. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, mode, greater than, less than, random, and something like that. So we can use all the functionalities in operators to execute our math skill there. But there are also a variety of other operators related to block that you can use to manipulate and transform data in your program, such as join and length and pick random. These blocks can be very useful for creating complex programs in Scratch that involves a lot of data manipulation and computations. The other one is a variable. In Scratch, a variable block is a programming block that allows you to store and manipulate data values that can be used through your programs. We will create variable, then we will set variable like gravity and something like our project. So variable can be used to store a variety of data type, including numbers, text, and Boolean values. Boolean means yes or no, or true or false, or something like that. They are very helpful for creating programs that involves data manipulation, animation, and interactivity with variables. You can create more flexible and dynamic programs that can respond to users' input and change over time. Finally, my block variable. So my block in Scratch is a feature that allows you to create your own custom blocks. For example, these are default blocks that is just set by the Scratch platform. But in my block, it's a feature that allows you to create your own custom blocks that can be used in your program. This feature is also commonly referred as a custom block, so that you can customize your blocks based on your interests. To create a custom block in Scratch, you first need to select a set of programming blocks. You can, for example, if I assume that this is my programming block, so I can create a block here, and I just, for example, I can say that this is my block. For example, my block. If I'm just doing like that, so run without screen refresh means it's just always I don't need refresh. Now, once I just define this my block, I have to just put my blocks here. Once I got it, when the green flag is clicked, I will bring my blocks in. So that means forever making green flag. When the green flag is clicked, this my block is executed. Why this my block refers to this one. Okay, so it will work like that. You see, now it starts like that. It's working fine, but my block is just a custom block that you are creating to execute some programs as per your need.